You are listening to the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program on WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. Welcome to the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program here on WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. As your community radio station, all volunteer, not-for-profit, they'll let any old crazy stuff get on the airwaves, as this will demonstrate. This is episode 116 of Nwiwrap. I'm Ken, the Metal Professor. I'm a metal fan. I'm a wrestling fan. And I like to put both things on radio. So if you just finished listening to Mostly Metal, thanks for doing that. If you've just joined in or maybe listening to this on YouTube, well, thanks for joining in on this. I wish I could put Mostly Metal on YouTube too, but I would get annihilated by copyright strikes on that, and it ain't worth it. So, Revolution Championship Wrestling had the Revolution Rumble this past weekend. I took my gear there and set up for recording. And you were going to hear a condensed version of the events. Of note, WWF/E legend Eugene was on hand for a match. And the show culminated in the 40-person over-the-top battle royal, the Revolution Rumble. So you're going to get to hear all the highlights. I want to say thanks to the fine folks at RCW. They are so kind to let me take up space in their room, especially when the last couple of times I intended to go, I would send a note and say, hey, will you have room for me? And they'd say, absolutely. And then I would have to reply later on, sorry, I can't make it. This family thing came up, or I got to take the girls to college, or whatever it was. But the stars finally aligned and I was able to be there. So I really appreciate them allowing me some table space to basically entertain myself and hopefully you through this audio wrestling thing that is weird. I admit it, but it's fun. I should also mention that when I'm recording, it's a very large room. The ring announcer speakers are in one corner of the room and I'm in the other corner. And the room is very chaotic with ring noise and audience noise and things like that. And sometimes it's hard for me to hear with my eardrums what's being said through the speakers in the room, but it actually sounds more clear later on when I get to listen to it through my headphones as I've recorded it. So there's a few times when I don't know the name of somebody who was introduced, and so I might pick it up later. During this first part of the show, there's a four-way match, and I wanted to give a shout-out to Alex Van Zant because he was listed as one of the participants, but not all the originally listed participants were going to be there, which I knew, but I just didn't know who was who necessarily. So I referred to him as Starbucks Guy because he came out with a Starbucks cup and Starbucks-like logos on his pants. And I eventually learned that he was, in fact, Alex Van Zant. So there you go. Anyway, going to kick things off with Revolution Championship Wrestling's Revolution Rumble here on WVLP. This is Ken the Metal Professor, host of the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program on WVLP here in Valparaiso, Indiana. I am sitting at the Goodson Event Center in South Bend, Indiana on Saturday, September 24th, ready for Revolution Championship Wrestling's event Revolution Rumble to start in about 20 minutes. And as usual here on the show, you'll get delayed audio coverage where I record all the good stuff, a little bit of narration of what's happening, and squish it down to hopefully an hour or less. So on the show tonight, we're going to have Josh Morris and QZR Dobson. We're going to have Richard Wright with Jackie Juster. and his tag team partner Giuseppe Gambini taking on the Fine Ass Guys. A four-way match for the Heart of the Revolution Championship. Malcolm Monroe III, Alex Van Zant, Corey Dillinger, and Cody James. Paragon versus a mystery person. It was supposed to be Ashton Day, but he's unable to be here. For the RCW Heavyweight Championship, we've got Brutus Dillon against Eugene of WWF WWE fame. And he's sitting at his table across the room, and a lot of times when you have an ex-WWE person come around, their promo picture makes them look a lot younger than they really are because they're up there in years compared to when they were hot then. Eugene is looking better than his WWE photo. He's kind of jacked. I am really looking forward to watching what he can do. The Revolution Rumble is a Rumble match, over the top battle royal, where a bunch of people start and then you get a new entrant every once in a while. The winner is going to get a chance at the heavyweight title. They've announced 20 of the 40 people so far, and here we go. Deep breath. Josh Morris, Jorge Bravo, Richard Wright, Jamar Jupiter, Theo Storm, Let Her Rip, Shady Chris Zion, Jensen, Douglas Stout, Giuseppe Gambini, Sean Sparks, Sam Knight, Travesty, Daniel Stark, Anthony Lee, Jaden Quick, Dustin Mack, Nelson Edward, Robert Doolittle V, The Shaman, and Kip Rude, plus 20 others that are so far mysterious. I'm going to shut up now. I'll bring you the action when it starts. So we were warned about this online, that Josh Morris would be performing a new song. Thank goodness that's over. Here comes ring announcer Greg Hansen. Get the show started off properly.
Shut your mouth! And you
Okay, that was a lot of shouting back and forth. I don't know how much of it was audible. Brutus Dillon and The Awakening came out to the ring to start the show off. He and Kevin Storm have had many matches back and forth, and the last result of that was that Kevin Storm had lost his ability to challenge Brutus Dillon for any titles. Kevin Storm and his group, Storm Nation, came out from the back to disrupt the Disruptors. There was shouting back and forth between Brutus Dillon and Damian Saint, Storm Nation manager, and Theo Storm, who had lost the previous match to Kevin Storm and wanted to make good. The net result is that Theo and Kevin Storm will take each other on later. If Theo Storm wins, then Damian Saint is going to retire from RCW. If Kevin Storm wins, he gets to enter the Revolution Rumble tonight, and if he wins that, then he gets a title shot against Brutus Dillon. The first person out to the ring for the opening match was announced as the Starbucks Superstar, and he has Starbucks tights. Like, yes, the green and white Starbucks coffee logo. I'm having a Starbucks iced coffee at the moment, so far I have to root for him. The opening match is the four-way for the #1 contendership for the Heart of the Revolution title. We've got Corey Dillinger, Malcolm Monroe III. The fourth person has the Naptown Nightmare on his tights. So I got to call these four guys Corey Dillinger, Malcolm Monroe III, Naptown Nightmare guy, and Starbucks guy. The Naptown Nightmare and Corey Dillinger are the big boys in the match. They've already slammed each other around a bit. Malcolm Monroe III is the most agile of the three. And of course, Starbucks guy is the one with the most style. Internet research to the rescue. The Naptown Nightmare is Juwan Thomas. That loud slam you just heard was Corey Dillinger getting put down to the mat. And now Juwan Thomas is up on the top rope, perhaps about to get suplexed by Malcolm Monroe III, who now has a little help from Starbucks guy. Oh, but here comes Corey Dillinger. He's going to drop all three people in the Tower of Doom spot. Dang. Starbucks guy just took a swig from his Starbucks cup with a lid. Like his spinach for his Popeye. Didn't quite work out. His cup went flying out of the ring into the crowd. Coffee going everywhere. And now he just got dropped on his head by Malcolm Monroe III, who is going up to the top rope in the corner. He proceeds to beat up the top turnbuckle, as people do when they're going to the top of the corner. Which gave time for his opponent to roll out of the way. Juwan Thomas gave him a big boot to the face and almost got a 3 count until Corey Dillinger broke that up. then we're back to a slugfest between the two big boys. Dillinger with a running forearm to Thomas, and then slams him to the mat. During the 3-count attempt, Monroe dove off the top rope and broke it up. Starbucks guy came in and clobbered Monroe with his Starbucks cup. And he got a pin. So now I get a chance to hear his name announced again because he won the match. Hey, it was Alex Van Zant, so he has grown hair since he took his profile picture. Okay, it took the whole match, but I finally figured out who everybody was. Alex Van Zant is your #1 contender for the Heart of the Revolution Championship.
This next match is for the RCW Tag Team Championship. First, the challengers. They're weighing 400 pounds of pure gold. We have Giuseppe Gambini, Richard Wright, and Jackie Jester, and they are just business. Oh boy, Roy, weighing a combined weight of 420 pounds, heading for horns, corners, and the waistline. You have the hardcore heartthrob, Kid Rude, the modern-day shaman. By their powers combined, they are
The second match is for the RCW Tag Team Championships. We've got Richard Wright and Giuseppe Gambini, the challengers, taking on Kip Rude and the Modern Day Shaman, also known as the Fine Ass Guys. They are the champs. I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that they are not, in fact, Fine Ass Guys. Their pale skin, I almost need to wear sunglasses indoors because of it. But they do hold the titles, so you got to give them that. And the Modern Day Shaman starts off with Richard Wright. The tag team champs just did a devastating maneuver on Giuseppe Gambini, who was seated in the center of the ring, but upright seated. Let's just say it involved pelvic thrusting from both sides. So he got out of there really fast. Now he's tagged in his partner. Richard Wright just went for a leg drop off the top rope, which missed. So he managed to compress his spine a little bit, which allows the Modern Day Shaman to come in and clear house. And the two of them meet belly to belly in the middle of the ring, and they're both down. Now the ring entourage of Wright, Jackie Jester, and the person who came out with the tag champs are both on the outside of the ring trying to interfere on behalf of their own teams, and they just got into a slap fight with each other, which allows the ref to turn his back to the ring while the Modern Day Shaman, let's just say it was another rude move that involved a squeeze. And here comes Kip Rude with... Kip Rude came in with a kendo stick. Jackie Jester yanked Richard Wright out of the way. kick to the jaw from Richard Wright onto Shaman. And it looks like we have new tag team champs. Richard Wright and Giuseppe Gambini. They're called Just Business.
Next match is for the RCW Heavyweight Championship. First, making his way to the ring, he is from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 400 pounds. He's the king of Northern Indiana and your RCW Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Brutus Dillon!
The third match on the show, oddly, is for the RCW Heavyweight Championship. Brutus Dillon, the champion, and the challenger, Eugene. Normally, a heavyweight championship match would close the show, but the second half of this event is going to be the Revolution Rumble. Plus, when you're hosting a former WWE superstar, he gets to pick when he goes on, so perhaps he opted for the earlier match. Eugene's gone around the ring and introduced himself to some fans. Oh, he even gave Douglas Stout a hug. So the Goodson Event Center has two large rooms. We are in the larger of the two large rooms for the wrestling event. There's always something else going on in the second room. This evening it was a quinceañera. So you can imagine the clash in dress-up styles between the two crowds. You know what a wrestling crowd looks like, right? Jeans and shorts and t-shirts. The quinceañera crowd, dresses and suits, tuxedos. No comparison, apart from Douglas Stout, Damian Saint, and Greg Hansen. The three gentlemen in the wrestling event tonight, which are, as always, dressed to the nines, so props to them. Oh, Eugene just pulled out a flower and gave it to Brutus. Oh, gave it to Brutus Dillon, and now Brutus Dillon stomped on the flower. Eugene complains to the ref about it, but I don't think the ref can do anything about a flower stomp. I don't think it's illegal. Like I said at the very start, Eugene is looking good. Eugene gets the crowd going in a chant. Brutus Dillon covered his ears so he wouldn't have to listen to it.
These idiots in the audience go shut the hell up right now. I am leaving.
I just heard Dillon better without his microphone than with earlier. Eugene has Brutus Dillon in a figure four. That's unexpected. Dillon's reaching for the ropes. He can't get there. His manager, Douglas Stout, is pushing the lower rope in towards him, but no luck. Crowd wants Dillon to tap. And Dillon's trying to roll it over in a reversal. That crash was Eugene with a leg drop off of Brutus, or onto Brutus Dillon, although Dillon managed to roll towards the ropes, allowing Douglas Stout to lift Dillon's foot up and over the top rope, so the ref had to break the count. Now Stout's rushed to the other side of the ring. He's thrown a pin into the ring to get Eugene to pick it up. Not sure why. It was all a distraction, though. Dillon poofed Eugene in the face with some powder. And he gets a 3 count. That's the end of the first half. So the second half will have the full Revolution Rumble and perhaps more. That's the end of the first half of Revolution Rumble, put on by Revolution Championship Wrestling this past weekend, September 24th to be precise, at the Goodson Event Center in South Bend, Indiana. I'm Ken the Metal Professor. This is WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. And yes, this radio station does let me put wrestling on the radio. So I go to these events, capture sound, condense it down to a reasonable size, i.e. less than an hour, and then let it play. If you have any crazy ideas for a show and you'd like to be part of WVLP, we are a nonprofit, all-volunteer community radio station. Send an email to info@wvlp.org, and perhaps you can get hooked up. It is time now for the second half of the Revolution Rumble. I hope you're enjoying this audio experience of wrestling. If not, you're probably not listening anymore. So, it is what it is. But here comes set number 2.
This match has conditions. That if Kevin Storm wins, he is entered into the Revolution Rumble. If he loses, Damian Saint quits. First, weighing 195 pounds, from South Bend, Indiana, is the Prince of Northern Indiana, Theo Storm. Weighing 198 pounds from South Bend, Indiana, Mr. RCW, Kevin Storm.
The second half is underway. A match set up at the start of the first half. We have Theo Storm against Kevin Storm, with stipulations that if Theo Storm wins, then Kevin Storm's manager, Damian Saint, will leave RCW. If Kevin Storm wins, he gets an entry into the Revolution Rumble coming up later in the show. The winner of that gets a title shot against Brutus Dillon. This is sort of Kevin Storm's attempt to get around the stipulation that happened at a previous show where he lost all chances for a rematch against Brutus Dillon for that title. So far, Storm and Storm are showing that they're evenly matched. A battle of arm drag takedowns with no winner. Both of them blocked each other's attempt at a hip toss. And now they both try to drop kick each other out of the middle of the air. Neither one gets the better of that. The action is outside the ring. Damian Saint is very interested in this match because his fate depends on it. Theo Storm is bringing a chair over to where Kevin Storm is. Attempted to take out Storm's kneecaps, but he missed and hit the ring post. These guys have tried some heavy knife-edge chops on each other. Their problem is each of them is wearing a shirt, so it doesn't sound great. Wait, okay, that wasn't so bad because Kevin Storm dropped the straps of Theo Storm's shirts before he did that one. We'll see if that came through later during editing. Kevin Storm was taking Theo Storm around the outside of the ring from side to side, letting various people in the crowd have chances to chop Theo Storm in the chest. Wrestler Ryan Epic snuck out from his position against the wall to get in there and take his chance at a chop, which is hardly fair because he's much more trained than the people in the audience are. Storm is up on the top turnbuckle. Kevin Storm, that is. I can't just say Storm. But Theo Storm came over to get in the way. Kevin Storm comes leaping off the top rope. Theo Storm caught him with a cutter on the way down. Kevin Storm kicks out at like 2 9/10. Theo Storm had Kevin Storm all lined up for a big knee, but Kevin Storm intercepted him, put him down on the mat, and got a 3 count. Damian Saint is relieved. Kevin Storm gets to enter in the Revolution Rumble. Now Brutus Dillon is out. Dillon is upset. At the start of this coverage, I mentioned that one of the matches for tonight was supposed to be Paragon against Ashton Day for the RCW Heart of the Revolution Championship. The opponent, it's held by Paragon, the opponent is not able to be here, so Paragon has extended an open challenge.
We're not going to talk very long. Hey, you made an open challenge, and you know I had a free night off. You know, I'm just supposed to be doing something else. But as much as I love you, you've always been a permanent thorn in my side as my little brother. So I figured they like you. They love me. So I think it's time we crown a new champion tonight. What do you say? Or we can just dance.
Sam Knight has accepted the open challenge. These two clearly have friendly history between the two of them. Sam Knight even referred to Paragon as his little brother. I mean, when you extend an open challenge, that kind of thing can happen, I suppose.
Weighing in at 200
Paragon does his own introduction. It was a long one. Sam Knight tried to cut him off, but Paragon shushed him, got him out of the way. Paragon takes the win. He is still Heart of the Revolution champion. And the two have a nice little moment after the match. Sam Knight gets the belt, places it on Paragon's shoulder. He goes to the back so Paragon can have his moment. It is time for the main event, the 40-man/person Revolution Rumble. You know how this goes. It starts with two people in the ring. Every minute after that, someone else enters. The first two have already been announced. Kevin Storm and Theo Storm. Redo of the match that just happened a little while ago, at least for 1 minute, until entrant number 3 hits the ring. And they've picked up where they left off, slugging each other in the middle of the ring for 1 minute till third person comes in. Entry number 3, Shady Chris Zion, which means Kevin Storm is outnumbered 2-1 since Shady Chris and Theo are in the same cohort. As predicted, Shady Chris comes in and starts attacking Kevin Storm, so much as to even choke him with his chain that he wears to the ring around his neck. He hands the chain to Theo. Oh, but Theo sets it aside. Good sportsmanship by Theo, for whatever reason. Kevin Storm has survived a 2-on-1 attack for a minute. And bad news for Kevin Storm, the next entrant is Let Her Rip, who is also part of the awakening with Shady Chris and Theo. After a 3-on-1 attack for a little bit, Theo Storm finally gets the bright idea, maybe we should try to get Kevin up and out. So Shady Chris and Let Her Rip have Kevin Storm teetering over the top turnbuckle. Theo Storm isn't helping, he's just cheering him on. And Kevin Storm fights his way back into the ring. Number 5, Daniel Starks. That sort of evens things up. Not quite. But he is friendlier to Kevin Storm. So it's kind of 3-on-2 at the moment. Or 3-on-1.5, as Kevin Storm is still very loopy. Entrant number 6, Nelson Edward Robert Doolittle the 5th. Which means in terms of the semi-gang warfare going on in the ring, it's 4 against 2. Entrant 7, maybe Father Maurice, I couldn't hear. I'm not familiar with him. He has a minister's robe or a choir robe. Theo Storm looks at him like, what the heck? The father might be sort of neutral in the whole situation going on.
No. Is this, you watch that? You watch that? Make sure nobody, hey, put that money in there.
He's entrusted me with his collection plate. Now, Kim just stopped at my desk to take Father's robe, but she also took away the little collection plate. I disclaim all responsibility for it. Bruiser Bryson is out next with his fur vest. Jamar Jupiter, I believe he makes number 9. At some point I'm going to lose count. Still no eliminations. And the next entrant is Phoenix Winterborn, complete with dyed head of red hair. Here comes Jorge Bravo. NERD the Fifth was kind of walking around outside the ring as if he'd been eliminated, but he crawled himself back in there, so I guess not. I think Jorge is number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know anymore. Too many people. Austin Mack out next. Phoenix Winterborn appears to be the first official elimination. Here comes Jensen, RCW Women's Champion. This is why you can't call this a 40-man battle royal. She walks in the ring, puts her hands on her hips like, who am I going to get first? And it looks like she's decided on Austin Mack with the help of Jorge Bravo. Jaden Quick comes out. He was just clobbering everybody in sight. He almost attacked Daniel Stark, but Stark is like, no, not me. Nelson Edward Robert Doolittle the Fifth is the second official elimination as far as I can tell. Austin Mack has been a buzzsaw in this thing. He's just attacking everybody. Jorge Bravo has Shady Chris on the outside. Shady Chris gave him a neck breaker over the rope, the top rope, but when he did that, he jumped himself to the floor. Okay, somebody's music played. Who was it? I don't know who came out. I was busy watching Shady Chris eliminate himself. It was Chico Suave. He was the one that came out. Earlier tonight, he threatened to knock all my equipment onto the floor, so I want him to lose. Next entrant, I don't recognize. I didn't hear the announcement, but he looks mean, and I wouldn't want to mess with him. Travesty is the next entrant, giving hugs to all the kids as he goes to the ring, slowly. I wouldn't be in a hurry to get into this myself. Oh no, Josh Morris. With no Dobson to sing him to the ring. He has the most colorful sweatsuit I've ever seen. Jorge Bravo tried to do us all a favor and eliminate the saucy boy right away, but no such luck. Looks like Jamar Jupiter got eliminated. He looks grumpy about it. The Naptown Nightmare is back from his previous match. By the way, Kevin Storm and Theo Storm, numbers 1 and 2, are still both in the ring, or around the ring. It's okay to go out of the ring as long as you don't go out over the top rope. Richard Wright is out. He is number 20. And Greg Hansen checks my math and helps me out. Chico Suave's eliminated. That'll teach him to threaten to knock my equipment on the ground. Next in is Dennis Savage. His last name is definitely Savage. I like it when it's on the tights. That helps me out a lot. And that was him slamming Jaden Quick to the mat. Well, this is interesting. Brutus Dillon is the next entrant. And he just got on the mic and threatened that if he won, he would never defend his title ever again. If we ever needed every person in the ring to gang up on one person to throw him out over the top rope, this is it. Dillon just shoved Chris Zion into harm's way to save himself. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, at least 4 people circling Dillon. They are all on the attack. Entrant 24, Tony Thunder. Haven't seen him for a while. Doesn't mean he hasn't been here. That means I haven't been here. Jackie Jester is the next actual entrant. Savage got eliminated. I swear I saw Shady Chris Zion's feet hit the floor again, but he jumped back into the ring one more time. So he's still up there. Jensen and Jackie have found each other. Douglas Stout is now in the match. He's taken off his jacket and tie. The ring has cleared out a little bit. There's still like a good 10 or 12 people hovering around though. Is this the retired Super Diva? Based on the reaction, I believe it is. Sean Sparks comes in. Jackie Jester goes out. Chris Reigns with his Black Label Society shirt. I approve. And a big smooch from Super Diva on the way into the ring. Super Diva spreads the love to Kevin Storm too. Anthony Lee is next.
So we're Super Diva.
Anthony Lee just held down the top rope, allowing Brutus Dillon to get eliminated over it. Little bit of controversy in the Awakening camp there. Looks like Super Diva has been eliminated. There have been 2 more entrants. I didn't catch either name. One of them is a hippie-looking gentleman with green tights. The next one, I don't know his name, but he was accompanying the fine-ass guys to the ring for their tag match. Looking around, I still see Shady Chris Zion, Travesty, Jorge Bravo, Chris Reigns, Anthony Lee. Here comes the modern-day Shaman, Sean Sparks, Theo Storm. Kevin Storm still down in a corner. And that was Mystery Fine-Ass Guys dropping Theo Storm, who then gets eliminated by Anthony Lee. Not Theo Storm, the guy who slammed Theo Storm. He was barely in there long enough to break a sweat. The next entrant, again, I didn't catch his name, another hippie-looking gentleman. I'm guessing he is a tag team partner of hippie-looking gentleman number 1, who is already in the ring. I don't know that tag team's name, though. Sam Knight's back out, and he's the next entrant. And he's taking on both hippie number 1 and hippie number 2. Good grief, that was a spear and a half. And that one, too. He is chopping down the hippie forest. Corey Dillinger back out. A lot of people making double paychecks tonight. Anthony Lee and Sam Knight are scuffling in the ring. That would be a good large man match to watch. And here comes Giuseppe Gambini, half of the brand new RCW Tag Team Champs, Just Business. Here comes Kip Rude. There goes Giuseppe Gambini. He's out. Could it be that Travesty is also out? He's on the opposite side of the ring from me, giving hugs to the hippie boys. It looks like they're out too. Maybe they all took each other out at the same time. Kevin Storm is still in there. He just took a brutal shoulder block tackle from Sam Knight. Corey Dillinger then flips Sam Knight up and over. Malcolm Monroe III has been sent to the ring. You can tell the new people because they're the ones with all the energy. Anthony Lee just threw Monroe upside down into Jorge Bravo. He looks like he regrets this entire day. Both Storms still in. Shady Chris still in. Let's see. Malcolm Monroe is on the way out. Chris Reigns on the way out. I have no idea what number we're at. Well, and Paragon coming back. I believe he was announced as the final contestant. No, that 40 minutes went by faster than I thought it would. So now we just wait for eliminations. Now it's awfully quiet with no more ring introductions and a smaller number of people in the ring. Kip Rude just went up and over, courtesy of Jorge Bravo. Paragon is sneaking up behind Jorge. And he went up and over, but not to the floor. Anthony Lee is flipping Paragon up and over. He also hit the apron and did not go to the floor. But now Anthony Lee has Paragon and Jorge by the hairs. They both together reached in and, let's just say, grabbed Anthony Lee's chestal areas and twisted them. So they're both still alive in the match, but they are on the outside of the ropes on the apron. And now they're punching at each other. In one corner, we got Theo Storm and Shady Chris. We got Kevin Storm, Anthony Lee. Paragon and Jorge Bravo on the apron still. Theo Storm was just eliminated. A low bridge from Kevin Storm with the assist on that. Looks like Paragon is gone too, so we're down to the final four. Jorge Bravo, Anthony Lee, Shady Chris, and Kevin Storm. Jorge's out. Oh boy. Here comes all the eliminated members of the Awakening. Out to ringside. Douglas Stout, Let Her Rip. Nelson Edward, etc. Austin Mack and Brutus Dillon. The three legal contestants are Kevin Storm, Shady Chris, and Anthony Lee. But now there are multiple illegal people in the ring. Anthony Lee and Kevin Storm took it upon themselves to clear house together. That was Anthony Lee giving Brutus Dillon a huge clothesline. And Douglas Stout and Theo Storm and Let Her Rip reaching in from the outside yanked Kevin Storm up and over the top to the floor. As far as the rules go, he went up and over the top to the floor. He's out. That leaves Shady Chris and Anthony Lee. Still a lot of commotion outside the ring, but Shady Chris and Anthony Lee are alone in the ring. Shady Chris put him over the top rope, but he didn't go to the floor. Shady Chris is celebrating with his back turned to Anthony Lee. Surprise. That was a backdrop from Body Slam from Anthony Lee onto Shady Chris. Big old DDT. Like his head was made of rubber the way he bounced. More interference from the outside. Austin Mack. And Anthony Lee just picks up Shady Chris and dumps him over the top rope with no fuss. Trouble in the Awakening house. Anthony Lee will be taking on Brutus Dillon for the RCW Heavyweight Championship, probably at the next event, which also features Heath Slater coming up in October. Check the Revolution Championship Wrestling webpage for information on that. I'm Ken the Metal Professor. Thanks for listening to this delayed audio coverage of the Revolution Rumble from Revolution Championship Wrestling, South Bend, Indiana. This is your community radio station, WVLP, Valparaiso, Indiana, 103.1 FM.